So you remember when I mentioned about team text earlier? This is team text. So what it does is just render text. Then as you can see here, I have team text is why I'm using team text. If you don't have team text, you can just use normal text. But you come here in this import view, you put comma and import the text. Make sure it's in capital, like the T of the text is capital letter. Then you can see in the bracket here, there's a name. This is me passing in this value here, this string stuff I put here. I'm passing it into the team text of grade. Sorry, the team text of name. You understand? Then there's another team text of grade. And I'm passing also the grade to it. You get now the reason why the name is just passing as a props is because I'm going to render the name where I'm calling the student's card. Do you understand? So now we move on to the status part. There's the status container, the status dots for the green dot I mentioned to you guys about. Then what you see here is the enrolled question mark active or inactive. It's just saying like it's a boolean. You understand? Is it true or false? Like, is the person enrolled active, meaning to show that green dot? If the person is not enrolled inactive, it won't show that green dot. So background is enrolled question mark. These are the colors for what I'm going to use. The green colors, as you can see, the green for is enrolled. Yeah, and this is for also is enrolled, but when it's not, like it's just another option for colors when it's enrolled. You understand? But we're going to be going with the green. So this part, this con styles equal style sheet dot create is me creating a style sheet component that I'm going to use to like style my component. You understand? Now, if you see this styles dot card over here, styles dot card over here is like the whole, like I mentioned a question, it's supposed to be like a card, student card. So that card there is what I'm designing here. I'm giving to a border width of 1, border radius of 12, padding 16, border curve continuous. You understand? Like just normal styling. Like you can use a lot of styling you can use to achieve something. A lot of styling. So you just need to like work on styling on yourself privately because there are a whole lot of styling syntax that you can actually use to achieve a lot. You understand? Then styles dot content. This is where I'm styling it over here. Like just know, have something in mind. Once you have created this whole thing, here, what you just have to do now is just where you want the card to be, you just come styles of card. Where you want the content to be, styles of content. Where you want the info to be, styles of info. Where you want the status container, which is that green dot to be, styles of status container. And these also styles of status text, which is the active that is going to show below the text, below the dot. Do you understand? So that's basically just what this is. Then when you are done with these components, you go to your index.txt file and import it. As you can see here, import student card from at component slash student card. Now I'm using this at slash component because I installed the latest version of TypeScript, which comes already with JSX and all that, so I can use this at. But if you look at your index and you're not seeing any at rather, or you look at your app.js, so some of you will have app.js, not index. Now to locate your index file, your index file is inside your app folder. You open the tabs folder and you see the index file here. You understand? Inside the tabs folder of your app folder. So you go there, you click on, you write import student card from the quotes, single quotes at component. Now what this means is at slash component means I'm stepping out of this folder and I'm entering this folder, this components folder. Then the slash student card is now entering the student card file. And if you notice in this student card.txs before, I mentioned this export default function student card, meaning everything here, I'm exporting it as student card. So when I call it in my index file, I can now import it and use it. Then this is how I render it, because this already is already there in your index.tsx file. You don't need to start computing most of these things, but they're already there. So you just go down where you want to put your student's card. Yeah, if you want to do 3, 4, whatever is your choice. But this is the first part. You do your you render your student card. This is the first one. How you just render in your index.txs is, after importing it here, you just come inside your return statement, anywhere you want to put it. But mine, I'm putting it because I'm grouping my own tax with the team's tax and all that, tax one identity card and all that. So this is my tax one identity card, student card. You understand? So you just come here. You first of all put a less than sign, copy what you see here, student card, what you imported, then come here, paste it. Then now put, before you write all these things inside it, you now give a space and put slash greater than sign before you write all this. So this, all this name Joe whatever won't be there. It will just be student card, then slash this, that will just be here. Then you now come inside it, like after the less than student card, before this slash and the greater than sign, you click enter. Then you now write the name, because you remember our student card is only going to accept name, grade, and is enrolled. So you need to call all this so you don't have errors. You understand? So you come here, you write your name. Any string you're writing should always be in quotes. You get, so you write your name equals to Joe, equals to John Doe, whatever you want to call it. Your grade in curly braces 10, in zero the curly braces true. You understand? I did like 3, so this is my second one, Michael name and all that and all that. You get, so if you notice, I write mine in team view, but like I said, you can wrap yours in normal view. You get, and style it with step container. I'm using step container because I already called it, but if you don't call it, you can style it whatever you called it here, because I mentioned this style sheet already, and I have step container inside, so this is what I just used to style. You understand? So um as I was saying, then that's that for the student card. That's all that for student card. Then for the flexbox challenge, which is the other one, so you create a file, name it whatever. You can name it flexbox, flex direction, or whatever. Then you come in that file and import use state from React. Now, what use state does is, I mentioned this in class, but what it does is this: if there are like two states, like if you are working on something that's going to have two different states, in the sense that maybe hot or cold, like an instance, like hot, cold, um, tall, short, like two different states. You understand? Column rows, columns, and all that. You have to use use state. You get, so what you just do now is import use state from React. You understand? Then you import button and view from React Native. These are the two things you need to import to get these tags done. You understand? Then what you now do is export function layout toggle. I'm using layout toggle. You can use whatever for your function, but make sure what you are using is what you can remember. You understand? So you don't run into issues. Then you come here, write const is row, comma set is row. This simply means that the word, like I mentioned, the two state stuff I just mentioned, like there is this row and there is set is row. You understand? Is row is just you saying, okay, is this thing, because the question simply said create a flex box, 3 different colors, and there should be toggling or rows and columns. You understand? So this is just what this statement is stating for you. Now the use state is true because you are going to use the states. You understand? If it's row and when it's no row. You get, so now inside your return statement, you create the view. This is the view wrapping every other view. You understand? Why I'm wrapping every other view inside one view is because I want this three views here, which are the boxes that we're supposed to create with red, green, and blue to have one star in it, which is that